Our turn. This video gives sample problems and helpful hints for finding pitch class. Problem 1 is an easy example, the note D. Remember that C is always pitch class 0 in our system. From there, we can simply count up by half step until we reach our note, C sharp, D. So we circle the number 2 on our clock face, and then write 2 in the blank. Next, in problem 2, we have the note F sharp. Using the same method as in problem 1, we can simply move around the clock face by half step until we reach our note. C is 0, then C sharp or D flat, then D, then E flat or D sharp, E, F, and finally F sharp. We circle the number 6 on the clock, and then write pitch class 6 in the blank. Counting up by half step will always work for any note. However, the further away from C a note is, the more room there is for mistakes in counting or accidentals. Let's try a shortcut instead. Recall from the previous video about pitch class that points opposite each other on the clock are a tritone apart. Our note, F sharp, is a tritone above C, and if we draw a line straight across the clock from 0, we get 6. Another way to think of it is that the tritone is the halfway point of the octave, and since there are 12 notes per octave, the halfway point would be 6. Let's move on to problem 3. Our pitch is B flat. Again, we could start at C and move around the clock by half step until we get to B flat, counting C sharp or D flat, D, and so on all the way around. But that method would take time and concentration to avoid errors. Instead, a shortcut we can use is to count down to B flat. From C we go down to B at 11 and B flat at 10, just 2 moves away. So we circle 10 on the clock, and then we write 10 in the blank. Our last note is E sharp in problem 4. We can count out by half step from C to C sharp or D flat, D, D sharp or E flat, E, and finally to E sharp. We can now circle 5 on the clock and write pitch class 5 in the blank. Although counting up to E sharp was fairly straightforward, we can use a shortcut here. Recall that our answer for problem 2 was pitch class 6 for F sharp. Since E sharp, or F, since inharmonic equivalents share the same pitch class, is only a half step down from F sharp, we can subtract 1 from 6 to get pitch class 5. In this video, we demonstrated how to work each of these problems using the standard method of counting up a half step from C, and we also showed some handy shortcuts that will save time and leave less room for error. Next, try the Your Turn problems for this section and then watch the video of solutions to check your answers.